Welcome to Business Talk, presented in collaboration with the University of Rio Grande and the Ohio State University South Centers, from the heart of southeastern Ohio at the University of Rio Grande TV studio. Our goals are simple: promote the University of Rio Grande and the Ohio State University South Centers, as well as advocate local small business and their support organizations. More importantly, promote southeastern Ohio as a wonderful place to live, explore, and learn. There are many different ways you can find us. The University of Rio Grande Cable Access Channel 17, live online at blogtalkradio.com, and on YouTube if you are unable to catch our show live. Introducing our co-hosts, Jason Winters, Mike Thompson, Patrick Dingle. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoy the show.
Hey, welcome back to our show. It is great to have so much snow outside. Have you noticed how much snow we have?
Did it snow?
Yeah, yes it did. Thank goodness
It was so cold I didn't even notice it.
all I know is, and I told my wife last night, thank goodness we're not from Boston.
Oh, really? 7 foot of snow?
7 foot of snow. Can you imagine that? Hey, and the interesting thing is, when kids get off from school and when you're sort of stuck inside, sometimes it's really nice to do some things that we normally wouldn't do, like go out and play in the snow, or maybe even go to a movie theater.
Go to a movie theater. That's a great segue, Pat. I wonder who we can get on our show that can talk about the movie theater industry.
It just so happens that we happen to have a man, his wife, and he purchased Silver Screen VII, which is a movie cinema theater located here in Gallipolis. And he's going to talk about a number of different things, including what it takes to operate and what are some of the important things. So at this time I want to welcome Robbie Pugh. Robbie is the co-owner of
Silver Screen VII.
And you have a couple other businesses that we're going to find
yes.
about. So tell us about yourself, Robbie.
Well, I'm 30 years old. I married my University of Rio Grande sweetheart.
Aww.
We have 2 children, 3.5 years old and 8 months old, and we own the Silver Screen VII, the movie theater on Spring Valley, Rocket 7 Interaction, which is a advertising company. We have digital billboards and other outlets for advertising platforms, and also the newly formed and opening in March, Pip and Hud's self-serve frozen yogurt and gourmet popcorn. So we're very excited about that.
Robbie, before we go into talking about the different businesses, tell the listeners who aren't familiar with Rio Grande about yourself, because most people here on campus know all about you.
I didn't know that.
You have a reputation.
I didn't know if that was good or bad. Well, I think
the
reason the people at the University of Rio Grande may know about me is because I was here maybe a little longer than I should have been. It took me a few years to get through. However, I did graduate. I obtained my degree. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was here for I think 5.5 years. It took me a little while to realize I wanted to go to class and get motivated, but once I did, the rest is history.
And you're a graduate of the Emerson Evans College of Business?
Absolutely, business management degree, yep.
And then for a while you attended the MBA program.
I did, and I guess the story behind that is I hate to admit that I quit anything, and I quit the MBA program. It just keeps me up at night thinking about it. Well, the whole reason you go to college is to get a job, and I had a part-time job coming out of college. I worked for Fastenal Construction Industrial Supplies, which it's funny in itself because I knew nothing about construction industrial supplies. So I was a part-time employee there. I decided to come back and get my MBA. We started the MBA, and I got promoted to be an outside sales representative for Fastenal. And then about 5 months later, I actually got promoted to manage my own store in Ravenswood, West Virginia. So here I was, knowing nothing about construction industrial supplies to managing a store in Ravenswood, West Virginia, and I guess being in charge of, the segment itself. So yeah, I gave up on the MBA, which we've talked about. I would like to come back and maybe get that at some point, but I guess the problem was at 6 in the morning I was driving to Ravenswood, West Virginia, getting home at 6 at night, and the demand was just too much.
So when did Tess, your wife, when did she and you purchase Silver Screen?
The Silver Screen it's a pretty good story. We had a local business person that approached a family member of mine and said, hey, you know, the movie theater, Spring Valley Cinema, has closed. You know, the economic downturn was bad for a lot of people, but actually created some opportunity for others, and we were fortunate enough that it created opportunity for us. A business person in Gallipolis approached a family member and said, would you be interested in buying Spring Valley Cinema and kind of revamping it and opening it back up? The community needs it. There's nothing for the kids to do. We need some form of entertainment. So the family member of mine said, no, we're not interested in that, but my wife and her husband may be interested. They want to start their own business. So Tessa, my wife, came to me and she said, what do you think about this movie theater idea? And my first reaction was, no way, we're not going to own a movie theater. Everybody knows they don't make any money. It's common knowledge. She said, well, they want to meet. Do you want to take the meeting? I was like, let's take the meeting and let's talk about it. So we met with the local business owner, and he had no affiliation with the business at all. He just was basically an advocate for Gallipolis and wanted to see it come back. He presented us with some past financial statements, income statements for Spring Valley Cinema, and I started doing some math and crunching some numbers, and it was like, holy cow, this place did make money. It was just kind of maybe not ran appropriately. So we decided to move forward and purchase the building and the business, and we closed on the building June 1st, 2011. Did a total remodel, total revamp of the equipment, the digital projectors, the sound, the whole 9 yards, new carpet, new drapes, new concession stand, and reopened November 4th, 2011.
Now you're talking about those projectors that went from a 35 millimeter, is that correct?
Yes.
35 millimeter
yes,
to digital.
To digital, and that's about as far as I can get into talking about 35 millimeter projectors, because I've personally never seen a 35 millimeter projector strung and running, which it drives the movie theater people crazy. We go to trade shows and meet with other movie theater owners, and a lot of people have that nostalgic feeling about they love the 35 millimeter, the sound and the way the whole operation worked. And I'm 30 years old, my wife is 28, and when we bought the business I was 27. And we've never seen it, so we're kind of, I guess, an anomaly, I guess, in the movie theater industry. So.
Well, you remember the 35 millimeters?
Oh,
right?
yes,
yeah.
Well,
we found an old film cartridge, an old 35 millimeter. My wife loved to take 35 millimeter camera. 10 years ago, we had it developed. It was 10 years old. We had Josh's 6th grade birthday party that I just got back a week ago.
Time goes by.
Yeah, nostalgia.
Well, the old projectors. Were run on arc carbon. Mike, our co-host, who's sitting behind the scenes, actually ran some of the projectors, and you had the arc carbon. Is that right, Mike? Carbon arc.
He was close.
Yeah,
he was close.
It's a dyslexia coming out.
It's
all right.
You were close.
The Lexi D.
Yeah.
Are the new digital projectors? Do they run on carbon arc?
I have no idea what carbon arc or arc carbon is, but I know the digital projectors are an amazing piece of equipment. Basically, we get a jump drive in the mail. You plug the jump drive in, you download it, put it in the playlist, and it's ready to go. It's really an amazing piece of equipment. The digital projectors are amazing, but we do have problems every so often. 99 times out of 100, there's no issues, but when there is a problem, it's a 4-hour phone call to China and me doing things with my hands that I'm not very good at, taking pieces apart and putting things back in. But 99% of the time we have no problems, but when we do, there's a lot of moving parts in those projectors.
Well, I know that in the olden times, before the turn of the century, movie...
Which century? Sorry.
The last century.
Okay.
That they used to come with 6 or 7 canisters of films.
Right.
Because what? The films were 20 minutes long? Is that right?
I have no idea.
He's telling you, Patty. He doesn't remember
that.
And what individuals would do in the projectors, they would load one, then load the second one that's right next to it, and then in the course of the movie, you switched cameras.
That's when the sound got off and all the fun stuff happened.
Right.
Yeah. And
which it's kind of sad now, because when we purchased the building, all that equipment was in the building. There was so much equipment. The previous owner, I think, was a collector of sorts, and there was so much stuff in there. We were just so excited to get everything out of there. In the hustle and bustle, we just kind of junked all of it. I mean, we threw everything away, and the old platters were there, the old projectors were there, and they were extremely heavy. But now, looking back, I wish we had maybe kept one or two. Maybe we'll set them up in the lobby as a, like here, here's where we were. This is where we're at now. So hindsight being 20/20, but really we were just so excited to get moving and get that stuff out of there. We just threw it all away.
Well, time was money. You had to get open.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It was definitely a project as well.
And I know that you spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money in refurbishing the entranceway, the building, the where you get the refreshments and things of that nature.
Right.
One thing I would like to mention is a lot of your employees are actually students out here at Rio.
Most of them are. Yeah, I think probably 85% of our employees are students at the University of Rio Grande. And that's kind of a funny deal too, because when we hired our employees, we have 14 employees currently, and 12 of them have been there since the day we opened. And because of our great staff and our employees, it gives us the opportunity to go out and start the other businesses and do the other things that we do. We had great kids that work for us, and when they started, they were all in high school. We had a couple of college kids, but now we're 3.5 years later down the road. Now they're all students here at the University of Rio Grande, a lot of which are majoring in business. So it's kind of fun because I get to talk to them about their schoolwork and their professors. And I was actually invited into your class, and some of my employees were there.
Right.
So it's one of those ironic things, going back and talking to one of your classes. It was very cool. Is basically what it is.
It's really kind of interesting. I know what's going on with the Silver Screen VII because a lot of those students come in and they do presentations about work and their experiences, and so yeah, I know what's going on, whether you know it or not.
Right, definitely. Well, I know we've done internships for a couple of your students and things. So yeah. And you'll know that our internship, I make them do the work, so I make them do it. It's no easy.
It's more than fetching coffee.
Yeah, it is, and I think a lot of times I go on these rants, and you're probably already kind of seeing that here today. But I go on my rants, and I'll kind of start pounding the details home. But it's good. It's all positive.
Yeah. Well, as a matter of fact, I think you brought a film, a little tape, a 5-minute tape here. Perhaps Luke would be interested in or willing to show that tape.
Hi, my name is Robbie Pugh. I'm the owner of Silver Screen VII, Rocket 7 Interactive, and soon to be Pippin HUDs. Silver Screen VII is a 7-screen, fully digital, 3D capable movie theater in Gallipolis. We've been open since November 4th, 2011, so we just celebrated our 3-year anniversary. Rocket 7 Interactive handles all the local ad sales for the movie theater, and we also have one digital billboard in Gallia County, and we're in the process of adding another digital board. Pippin HUDs is self-serve, going to be self-serve frozen yogurt and gourmet popcorn, and that's going to be located in downtown Gallipolis, and we're shooting for a projected opening date of February 1, 2015. I moved to Jackson, Ohio from Tennessee about 10 years ago. After graduating high school from Jackson High School, I went to the University of Rio Grande, and I've lived in Gallipolis for probably the last 6 years. We purchased the building June 1st, 2011, and reopened the doors November 4th, 2011. We did a total renovation of the building. We did everything we could do without changing it structurally. We have brand new drywall, brand new carpet, brand new ceiling, brand new concession stand. We upgraded all the projection equipment. We got rid of all the old 35mm. We're completely digital now. We have 7 screens total. We have 5 of those screens are 3D capable. We paved the parking lot. We put new signage on the building. We actually painted the outside of the building. So it was a major construction and remodel project. We put forth a tremendous amount of work into gaining knowledge into the industry. I know that in March or April of 2011, we took a 1-week trip out to Las Vegas to attend a movie theater trade show, and there we gained vast knowledge over concessions and projection equipment and just the day-to-day step-by-step operation. But we didn't really know everything we thought we knew until we opened the doors and really got the experience. Our workers at the Silver Screen VII are absolutely tremendous. They're awesome. Without them, we wouldn't exist. We have 14 employees, and 11 of those employees have been with us since the day we opened the doors back in 2011, and they have great work ethic. They're honest, hardworking. Customer service is the #1 priority for us here at the movie theater. A close second is cleanliness, and those groups of kids and young adults there, they handle the customer service, the cleanliness, they handle the whole operation. Some people have negative things to say about living in a small town. My wife and I are actually fond of living in a small town. When we go to the grocery store and we drive up and down the street, we know the people we're passing. Even when it comes to the business, when there are things that like paperwork I need to get from the courthouse, I mean, it's as easy as making a phone call. And I really like the fact that everyone knows each other, and everyone we're like a family in Gallipolis, really. I mean, we're really a pretty tight-knit group. Why did I get involved in business? A lot of different factors, I think. Financial freedom, competitiveness, sense of accomplishment, being able to provide for my family. I think all those kind of go hand in hand and are the major reasons.
That's a pretty good video. You had mentioned toward the end, about being involved in business. Why have you gotten involved in business? And the thing that really surprises me is that you're really into 3 different businesses.
Well, let's start, because I really want to go back to the movie theater for a second. How many customers do you serve in a year?
We average around 100,000. We've been open for 3 full years, and it's been about 100,000. But this year, I'm actually projecting to do about 150,000. Hopefully, this is going to be a huge year for movies. There's a lot of great movies coming out this year.
And the reason I was really interested in that is not just how many people are coming to see movies, but when you get them in the door, you have a captive audience.
Right.
And
they're
excellent
happy.
Opportunity to
happy
show
to be there.
Advertisements.
Right.
Tell us about your advertising.
Okay, for the advertising standpoint of the business, let's go back to that, how we were looking at the income statements from the business owner in Gallipolis. I saw something on there that basically said advertising income. It's like, what is this advertising? Well, it must be the local ads. And my wife said, oh yeah, I remember the local advertisements that were on there when we used to go to the movie. Before the movie, the local advertisements, yes. So we said, there are companies out there that you could subcontract out your advertising sales to. There's a lot of big companies, and basically they'll spend a couple weeks in your town and they'll visit your local businesses and they'll try and sell the ad space. Well, we thought, we live in a small town, we're related to half these people, we know them, we're friends, we're neighbors.
Right.
We could do it ourselves. So we set a goal of what we wanted to do for advertising revenue that first year, and we set the goal, and we actually doubled our revenue as to what our goal was. So the advertising side was, it was just amazing at how well that took off and how people wanted to be on the screen at the movie theater before the movies. So we started talking and said, this could lead to bigger and better things in the future. We've got the customers, we've got the relationships, we've got the contacts. What else can we offer these same customers that they're looking for the captive audiences in different forms of media to advertise on? So we formed Rocket 7 Interactive. Rocket 7 Interactive, the original vision was to handle all the ad sales for the movie theater, and we were also going to sell advertisements for an online newspaper here in Gallipolis. So we formed a contract with the local owner of the local online newspaper, and we took over all of her advertising sales, and it was going very well. So the thought was, well, what else is out there that we could, when we have the customers, they're all looking for the same thing, there's only so many outlets in Gallipolis to advertise on. So we frequently vacation Myrtle Beach, and if you go to Myrtle Beach right now, you'll see every 100 feet there's digital billboards. So we started doing some research into the digital billboards, and we decided we wanted to put one on Eastern Avenue. So after a lot of state regulation and red tape to get that put up, we were able to put up the digital billboard about a year and 3 months ago. The reception we received for the digital billboard was amazing. It's been a waiting list to get on there for about a year now. We finally have some spots coming available now. But the digital billboard has turned in, this Rocket 7 Interactive has turned into my favorite business because I like the digital billboards that much. The customer can manage it themselves. They can advertise numerous things at one time. It's very user-friendly. And we actually just recently, about 30 days ago, put our second board up on State Route 160 beside the Social Security building. So technically we have 2 boards now, and we're looking to do more. I mean, my goal, I'm kind of the optimist and the goal setter, but I would like to do 10 in 10 years, and I've said that, and it's just...
So let me ask you this.
Sure.
Suppose I wish to advertise, and let's just suppose there's 3 things that I want to get across. You know, there's a lot of information that you can put on the billboard.
Sure.
How would I be able to change that, or do I have to come to you and say, hey, tomorrow I want you to change it to item 2, and Thursday change it to item 3?
Right. So the digital billboard is very user friendly. We have customers that manage it themselves. I can provide you with an online login. You can log in. You can upload your own images. You can change them daily. You can change them by the hour. You can schedule to run on certain days at certain times, or I can do it for you. And we do that for a lot of our customers that are maybe not as tech savvy and want to mess with the internet. They want to send us the advertisements and us manage. But for the people that really dig into it and have a lot of fun with it, the way it works is the ads show for 8 seconds, and then it rotates to the next advertiser spot. So we may have anywhere from 15 to 30 advertisers running on the digital billboard at one time. So the way it works is you upload a playlist of ads. Say you want to run 3 things, you're going to upload your playlist. It's going to have 3 ads. When it's your turn in the rotation, it shows your first ad. Then when it rotates back to your spot again, it rotates the second ad, and so on and so forth. And you know, there's a lot of pros and cons to any type of advertising you can do. I am a major advocate of the digital billboards. I think they're beautiful. They look nice. They look great at night. At night, they look the best at night, and a lot of billboards lose their pop in the night. And right now, it gets dark at 6 o'clock at night. So I mean, you got your evening commuters home from work that aren't seeing your traditional vinyl billboards, and ours are the brightest and the best.
Well, one of the things if you look down certain kinds of streets, you can see a variety of different advertisements.
Absolutely, there's advertising everywhere we look.
That's right, and it becomes invisible.
It does, yes. It just it blends into the general landscape, and you'll see what a vinyl billboard, a traditional billboard, when that ad goes up, it's new for about 7 days, and then it's not new anymore. It just blends in with your general landscape if you drive the same road every day.
It's like my attic closet. I have no idea what's in there, but there's a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. And one thing I wanted to say too, I talked about state regulation and so much red tape to put these digital boards up, and the State Department hates the digital billboards, but they hate the digital billboard for the reasons that we love the digital billboard, because they are distracting drivers. It is commanding your attention because you're driving, and then it flips.
It's a movement.
And it catches you every single time. No matter what ad it is, it catches you every single time.
And I can understand the state's position too. If
I can understand it as well.
You know, if you're pulling your eyes off the road for 8 seconds to watch, you know, that can be dangerous.
True. Absolutely. Well, if you, as long as you don't put a lot of words on there, I think where some people make mistakes is where they try to put a lot of information on one billboard. You know, people just can't read it.
Yeah, but I do like the new billboards. Yeah. They are flashy. There is one of it's not a competitor of yours, but they have a sign that they advertise on, and unfortunately, it comes up to that blue color that's the same as the highway patrol.
Right, I've seen that one. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It never fails. It never fails. I'm 100 yards down the road, and that flashes in my rearview mirror. And I'm, wait a minute. No, okay, I'm all right.
Yeah, anyone that's been up Route 7's been pulled over by that sign once or twice. Right. But I think they're doing that on purpose because they know that people are saying that.
It is catchy. Yeah,
it's catchy. That's right. So.
And you got my curiosity. You had said something about a Pippin Huds.
Right. So Pippin Huds is going to be a self-serve frozen yogurt and gourmet popcorn shop located in downtown Gallipolis, across from the city park. My wife and I are huge advocates of Gallia County. We live here. We spend all of our time here. We plan to be here the rest of our lives. We want things to happen in Gallipolis. We especially love the downtown area. So we were actually going out, and when we would go to the beach or when we would go to the mall, we would actually approach people that own these yogurt shops and say, you know what, why not put a location in Gallipolis? You know, I'm part of a not-for-profit group that we're trying to bring business to downtown Gallipolis. We have grants available. You know, I would tell people we can assist you in getting these grants. And we spent a lot of time with one business owner, particularly from Huntington, that was going to do this yogurt shop. And I spent a lot of time with them. I thought they were going to pull the trigger, and we were so excited about that. I mean, something so small is such an accomplishment for Gallipolis when you're talking about quality of life, and it just didn't happen. So we were just at home one night, and my wife and I said, let's just do it ourselves. We'll do it the right way. We'll make it fun. We'll make it awesome. So there became our mission to start this self-serve frozen yogurt shop. We thought it was going to be an easy, fun little business, and it probably would have been if we just stuck with the yogurt and just that been it. But it's since turned into this 10-headed monster because we're trying to do self-serve frozen yogurt. We're trying to do gourmet popcorn. We're trying to do events in the park, like going along with those. So it's turned.
Like
it's like the Hoop Project. We're having a Princess Ball coming up. So it's really taken on a lot of different forms, but we're really excited about that. I think it's going to be great for Gallia County. We have 2 small children, so my wife and I are trying to work together while one holds our 8-month-old and then one feeds the 3.5-year-old, and we're trying to decide on what our colors our walls are going to be. It's been quite the test, but what a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Let me ask you a question about gourmet popcorn.
Okay.
Are you talking about Orville coming to see you?
I don't think Orville's going to come see us.
Yeah.
I think when we say gourmet popcorn, we are going to have your traditional kettle corns, caramel corns. We're going to have the traditional Silver Screen VII inspired movie theater popcorn, but we're going to do some outside of the box thinking. There's going to be some exciting white cheddar, sriracha flavored. We're going to really get creative with our recipes. They're going to be all of our own recipes, and it's going to be stuff that you may have not ever heard of, but we're going to have a lot of fun with the popcorn.
Now, is that self-serve as well? How do you self-serve popcorn?
This is going to be self-serve yogurt. The yogurt is self-serve. You're going to take the cup to the yogurt, get the yogurt, put your toppings on, come up, weigh it, and pay by weight. But the gourmet popcorn, you're going to come in and we have a whole display area. We'll have about 10 different flavors of gourmet popcorn, and you basically say, give me a large caramel corn, and we'll fill a bag up. You take your bag, you go over to the park, you enjoy the Princess Ball on April 18th.
That's a nice plug.
What is this Princess Ball?
Advertising guy.
What is this Princess Ball?
This is where you get to put on your prettiest dress.
You can wear your favorite princess outfit. So,
and the tiara?
Tiara, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually just announced a little bit ago via Facebook on our Facebook page, Pippin Huds, and there's another plug. We are partnering with Putnam Princess Parties out of Putnam County, West Virginia. We're going to host a Princess Ball. And the Princess Ball is going to feature 10 real-life princesses, your favorite princesses. We're going to have music. We're going to have a DJ. We're going to have dance contest. We're going to have autograph and photo sessions. We're going to have girls there doing hair and makeup. It's going to be April 18th from 2 o'clock till 5 o'clock. You can buy your tickets now at www.pipandhuds.com. It's just going to be, it's going to be a lot of fun. The age is whoever wants to come. And
so if you're 45 years old and you want to be a princess?
If you want to be a princess, you can come. And actually, cost of admission is $25 per person, but we're only charging the kids. Adults are admitted free of charge. So if you wanted to bring your kids, then you have to pay for them to get in, but the adults get in for free. Like I said, it's going to be 3 hours of music and singing your favorite princess songs, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're really excited about that.
Where is this taking place?
In the Gallipolis City Park.
In the park?
In the park, right across from our location, the Pippin Huds location. And so it's going to kind of be a grand opening type thing. We're planning on opening the yogurt shop in the middle of March. I don't want to put a date on that yet. We made that mistake with the movie theater, and I didn't get any sleep a week before the grand opening. But it's going to kind of be a grand opening, spread the word about Pippin Huds. But the Princess Ball is going to be a lot of fun. And as we've seen from some of our movies that are themed towards princesses, the cartoon movies, it's going to be big. We hope.
Well, I know with the Downtown Revitalization project, they have been responsible for a lot of unique businesses coming downtown, and and also community organizations such as the Hoop program where you can play basketball.
Right. Well, Mike said we only have 1 minute, so I'm not going to get too crazy on this. But the Downtown Revitalization Project is the not-for-profit group that I'm a part of that I'm most proud about. We've helped businesses start in downtown Gallipolis, and a lot of people don't know what we've done because we don't go out and we don't really pitch and tell what we've done because it's not really the point. But we've had some successes, we've had some failures. But to me, a failure is okay because that failure is probably a business that wouldn't have been able to start without our help anyway. So,
well, I think it's just fantastic. Tessa and you are very active in the community.
Well, Robbie, we certainly appreciate you joining us today. Let's leave our viewers with one final thought, and then tell them how they can contact you other than coming to a movie.
Yeah,
how can they reach you? What's the best way? Phone number?
I'm easy to get a hold of. We manage all of our own Facebook messages. You can email, phone number. My phone number is 937-474.
937.
I've had that cell phone since I was probably 17 years old, and I've kept it, and I get a lot. People don't answer my calls, but my phone number is 937-474. 9427.
9427. Some of us older people like to
write it down.
Yeah.
Write it down. Yeah, absolutely. I guess if I'm to leave you with one thought, I would just say get involved. I mean, you can do anything you want. Get involved with your community. I hear a lot of people moan and complain about, oh, there's nothing to do. I mean, just do it. Just help. I mean, we need everything we do, we need help with, and we're looking for people to get involved. I think a great example is the Gallipolis and Lights group. I mean, here you just have a couple of just ordinary citizens that decided they wanted to do something for Gallipolis, and they started Gallipolis and Lights. What a great group, and what a great, what a great thing for our community. So, do something, get involved. Don't talk about it, do it.
Very well said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Robbie, we certainly appreciate you being on the show today.
Do hope you come back.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys. It was fun.
Pat, we're out of time.
So I will just mention Jeff Alderman next week with Auto Styles in Portsmouth, Ohio. I'm Patrick.
I'm Jason.
I'm Robbie.
And for Mike and Luke, good night.